they seem suitable. And in having that variable for the biggest source of greenhouse gas emissions, you will have an effective means to address that and therefore lower challenges to mitigation. Finally, the fifth one is characterized as a technology optimism, a liberalized world in the positive sense of think that it can provide access to the currently deprived. We have technological progress which is moving fast, and we have market institutions to resolve problems in a more effective. It's an open world. As a result, you think in this scenario that you will go into the direction of material consumption-oriented lifestyles. You will try to engineer your way out of most of the problems because you have the technology and money to do that, and thereby you have not only high challenges to mitigation, but you use a lot of energy and materials, but you will have relatively lower challenges to adaptation because you are just trying to resolve everything with better infrastructure, more dikes, more concrete, and all these kind of things. And besides, there's high growth, there's a lot of human development. The many people can actually afford to go again. I'm not saying anything about the probability of this world, but just one of the possible pathways into the future. This is what I wanted to say about the scenario so far. Just one slide, if I'm allowed by the chair, is my short take on the one-day workshop we had on Monday. First workshop organized by the class students by Arthur. I think there was general agreement that this is no real big surprise that governance is a key element in this process because it gives you the handles to explain how plausible and internally consistent the scenarios organized are or are not. There were lots of questions from the people sitting in that room. Are you really sure you can imagine that, or is it that kind of question? It's very, very interesting, very helpful. It will also provide you guidance, especially if you go more into the quantified indicators, to help you quantify these pathways, to put numbers which you will need to characterize. Mark will say more about that. And last but not least, it will also tell you something about how viable is it in this world to respond effectively to climate change. The beauty of climate change tends to vary, of course, but how well equipped is this world, and that requires, besides money and technology, as we all know, requires governance structures, which will tell you something about what kind of options will function in certain types of world, are less probable or less well connected to other types of world. But it is observed if you look at the narrative storyline that they've written up so far, sorry for a few exceptions, but in general there was very little expertise, specific expertise from the governance community in this entire process so far. From one day, of course, was totally different. And you can actually sense that if you look at the way these things are written. Some parts are really kind of shaky, the way they're written. Question marks here and there's unresolved issues in the way we describe this scenario. I think that it would really improve on that by engaging more input from governance and community. So this is an open invitation. My take on the scenario on the day is showing with Arthur is that I find it a really, really interesting exchange. As I said, this is not my normal environment to operate in, but I find it really stimulating and interesting to hear the views and the input from people from this community. Got on the spot immediately helpful suggestions on how to move things forward, how to make it better. And most of all, that was already mentioned as well, a real commitment to follow up on these variety and also the associated processes that was discussed quite a lot in the last one. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
You used all your Q&A time, but you were so clear that I don't think it will be needed now. So save your questions then for the general round. We continue immediately with the board. Thank you.
So thank you, Arthur, for organizing this panel, and thank you, Tom, for the original idea to bring the joint committee's work to this meeting. Appreciate the opportunity. So I want to talk about the challenge for bringing in governance indicators quantitatively into climate change scenarios. The need comes within a context of evolving demand on the part of people doing climate change assessments. In the early days, the assessments were dominated by the physical impacts of climate change. Then people started asking questions about very broad, high-level economic impacts. What percentage of GDP did you lose? That was unsatisfying. People started asking questions about vulnerability, broad range of human impacts. And now there's a high demand for guidance on what forms of adaptation would be most effective. As you evolve in this direction, the need for more richness on the socioeconomic indicators goes up, and the need for more precision about governance goes up. So what satisfied in the old days is no longer satisfying. What we need for in these governance indicators is an ability to look forward. So we have to be able to characterize plausible pathways. We have to be able to specify them in a manner that lets us ask questions about the interaction with natural systems. And they have to serve multiple purposes. We're not doing this for the sake of a single narrow modeling community, rather for a broad, open. So my question is it possible that the spirit of this guy, Homo adaptationis is carrying, is possibly a global change scenario? And should we be helping this person do a better job? There's an infinite number of socioeconomic and governance indicators that you could try to quantify, try to integrate into a global change, climate change scenario. We need to be focused, obviously. And so in the search for which indicators to prioritize, the working group, the overall community, is paying most attention to the set of indicators that the research and theory have indicated play the biggest role in mediating between biophysical change